Let's get into it, baby.
Ah, yeah, it's time to travel and bang, baby.
This is Travel Bang. I am the one and only Marky Bravo the Mulatto. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games here to talk about the dark arts of seduction and the nuance of game. I'm glad you came. Oh, we're back with a brand new video and you're really gonna feel this. This is something that I think the majority of men, whether you're single, just in a boyfriend, girlfriend relationship, or whether you're married, you'll get a lot out of this. I want to talk about the red pill awareness movement. Okay, and this video is going to be a lot different than the other ones that people do about it, because I think this is a subject matter that's been misconstrued, misunderstood, and misrepresented. And I want to show and tell men how they can all benefit from the knowledge of red pill. Okay, the first time I came in contact with red pill was after, I got my proverbially getting my guts ripped out. When I say get your guts ripped out, meaning you're in love with the deal. You're in love with a woman, you're head over heels, you know what I mean? You become intimate with her, and then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? She's just not into you anymore, you know what I mean? And then you realize, looking back, after you've emotionally had your guts ripped out, she just ripped your heart out and stomped on it, you realize you were cupcaking. What's known in the urban, player Mac Daddy realm, they call it cupcaking. You know what I mean? And then you realize cupcaking is a symptom of simping, being a simp. If you know what the word is, the opposite of being a pimp. In the street formality of a pimp, not being literal pimp being a ladies' man, you're that direct opposite. You're a simp. You're a sucker. You know what I mean? And you start to vow to yourself after situations like that, never again am I going to be so stupid. I'm going to, you know what I mean? At the same time, you realize you can't be a vindictive, bitter, angry asshole. But you have to, do you understand? You have to learn from that situation and never repeat it again. And so you're going online and you're looking in all directions. And I know everyone's found Real Social Dynamics by Owen Cook before you converted to being a life coach, okay? But, that was good. Owen really touched on, like he said, Real Social Dynamics. The coming of and creating of social intimacy between you and a beautiful woman that you desire. But red pill is more of, let me explain it. It is human evolutionary psychology. That's all it is. Don't let anybody tell you that red pill awareness is anything different than that. It's really human evolutionary psychology, focusing in the context of human social instincts, the preliminaries, okay, before, but focusing in on the sexual, okay, romantic intimacy aspect, okay, what leads to it and what creates it and maintains it, okay. That's how I've learned what red pill awareness is. So when we get into it, you find out, you run into these books by Rollo Tomassi. Everybody's ranting and raving about it. You read it and it's telling you stuff you kind of already knew, but it's breaking it down about women's, psychological, different women, because, not every woman is the same, just like not every man is the same. Different women's psychology profiles. Kind of like to say, hey, more times than none, when you do this, this, and this, the woman's going to do this. When the woman has experiences this, and this in life, more or less, give or take, she's going to be like this and this. You understand? And that's why so many men who've read The Rational Male, which they consider the Red Pill Awareness Bible, reading the trilogy at that time, I know he came out with another one about more into discussing how religion affects the demographics and sexuality of humans. But it just opened, it was like, it like for the men who came in contact with the book, they was like, wow, this is why things are the way they are. This is crazy. And like most men will agree with me, I wish I had this when I was in my early 20s. I would have saved so much pain, anguish, and just wasted time with no good women at that time, and even being married to a no good woman for several years. If I have read Rollo Tomaszi's The Rational Male. But this was right before the internet age hit. You know what I mean? Around the year 2000. But that being said, when a lot of men run into the red pill, they benefit from it. So you're supposed to read these books 10 to 15 times from Rollo Tomaszi and apply it to your life with the relationships you have with women. Red pill, I know we jumped a little bit further than we should have. Well, wait a minute, what the hell is red pill? You never told us about that, Marky Bravo. For the ones who don't know, it's like from the Matrix movie, when Neo is offered the red pill and the blue pill. The red pill he swallows will show him what reality, the ugly truth about the reality he really lives in. The blue pill, of course, as you know, he maintains, you remain in the illusion. And that's why they say red pill if the man was red pill, or if the man is blue pill. The blue pill men are men who are still, socially conditioned, you know what I mean, through what they've learned as a man from child, teenager to adult, about what they think relationships and women are about. But as we can see, the divorce statistics, we're still at 70% divorce rate in the United States and all over the Western world. So we know that the blue pill narrative doesn't really benefit a man's livelihood within the context of intimate relationships that he shares with a woman. You know what I mean? We are also going through a beta male epidemic. You ever look at how many men are very effeminate, very non-masculine? I know in Japan they have the herbivore movement. Herbivore doesn't mean the men who don't eat meat. It means men who the majority of men have no interest in having relationships, intimate relationships with women. There's barely anybody getting married right now in Japan. This is, like I said, in each country it's a different version of it. But there is a beta male epidemic, and that's why you're seeing so many men on the hunt to make sure their testosterone rates stay up, because we're in this world that beats down testosterone because of the toxins and the processed foods, and the pollution in the earth and water. You know what I mean? We're trying to get our health back. Men are trying to get their masculinity back. Men are trying to understand the opposite sex better so we can have more successful relationships. And you know what I mean? And not simp out, not cupcaking, and where women push back and think, you know what I mean? Or not just women in general, but meeting the wrong type of women. What's often called the low-hanging fruit. Women who are very damaged, daddy issues. They're incapable of any deep intimacy or love or loyalty. How does a man know how to stay away from women like that? Well, he reads The Rational Male. That's what he does, by Rollo Tomaszi. This is the red pill awareness movement. Now, this is where it gets a little cloudy. Okay, so you have this other group of men, you know what I mean, which is a hardline version of MGTOW, M-G-T-O-W. They're known as the men going their own way. At first, men going their own way started off very positive. Hey, stop focusing so much on women and relationships that don't go anywhere and just focus on making yourself a better man. Great. But the problem is it's morphed into something else. It's turned into if you will, a woman hater club, okay, of mostly incels, men who are involuntary celibate. They're not having sexual relations with women by choice. It's because women don't find them attractive, and they're involuntary. They can't have any intimate relationships with women. You know what I mean? They don't have the choice to. You know what I mean? Women are just not, because of the fact that they don't have the red pill awareness. They don't have game. The new book by Rollo Tomassi, I want to also tell men, The Rational Male, the Player's Handbook, I've read it. It's definitely a must. I think a lot of men should really read it. And like I said, if you're single or you're married, you can gain a lot of knowledge. I think the Player's Handbook, gentlemen, the one that just came out, is just a review. He crunched the best of the best from all his teachings, from the Red Pill Awareness teachings, and put it into one book. But what you won't find in that book is in each chapter a play-by-play where he tells you, she does this, this, and this, then you're going to do this, this, and this. If she does this, this, and this, she's probably like this, this, and this, and you need to do this and this. See, and a lot of men want that, but I don't think the Rollo Tomassi did a fabulous job with his new book, but it didn't really do that, except for one chapter, which I want to share right now. It's called The Boyfriend Destroyer. I love this. Gentlemen, we all met a woman of interest, and out of nowhere, she'll basically throw a boyfriend disclaimer. You know what I mean? To basically ward you off. And you know, a lot of times this happens without even asking about her relationship status. She just says it because she already presumes every man's trying to get in her pants, okay? And a lot of times you also have to understand that even if a lot of times they're lying, they don't have a boyfriend. They're just saying that to see if you'll pass the test. Or most women are monkey branchers, meaning when you monkey branch, they're looking for the BBD, the bigger and better deal. So even if she has a boyfriend, once again, it's a test. She wants to see if you'll actually pursue her regardless of her warding you off. The Boyfriend Destroyer chapter is pretty good because Rollo Tomassi says, in his perspective, when a woman says, I have a boyfriend, you could just say, my girlfriend has one too. That's cute. You know what I mean? I have to come back with a sarcastic comeback. My girlfriend has one too. That's cute. Actually, indirectly talking about yourself. Then she's confused because she's thinking, is he joking? Sarcastically joking? Or does he mean it? What? You know what I mean? That's the reaction you want to get from a woman when she says something about I have a boyfriend. What? What did he just say? Okay. Then there's the other one where even before you beat her to the punch, even before she says she has a boyfriend, you beat her to the punch. When you bump into her in the bar, bistro, club, you'd be like, hey, does your boyfriend know you're here? All alone? Just roaming around? And then that is when you'll know, for her admitting if she's already spoken for or not, she'll say, hey, how did you know I have a boyfriend? You know what I mean? Or she'll respond, right? This is giving her the chance to backpedal, you know, to make herself look available. She says, no, I have a boyfriend. Who told you that? You know what I mean? So that's also a great thing he wrote about in the chapter called The Boyfriend Destroyer. Okay, or even when she puts the disclaimer, I have a boyfriend, you could say, every woman has a boyfriend. That's nothing new. You play it off. Like, hey, every woman says that. Who cares? Or, hey, I don't see a ring on your finger. I know that's cliche, but that's still a sarcastic, good comeback. Like, hey, okay, you have a boyfriend, but I don't see any commitments, traditional commitments inscribed in stone, i.e. a engagement ring on your finger kind of comeback. Okay, so I think that chapter, The Boyfriend Destroyer, I liked because it even gave me some ideas. Like, oh, okay, because I run into that quite often. You know what I mean? Women who try to shite test you, S-H-I-T, shite test you, congruence test you to see how you're going to react when they say they have a boyfriend. You know, because most men will crumble. They'll fold. They'll be like, oh, okay, you have a boyfriend. Let me be respectful. And that's the end of story. A man of masculine, very energetic energy, admitting that frequency, he wants what he wants, he gets what he wants, is not going to let that at first be a deterrent. You understand that? So when she puts out that shite test, you're gonna go ahead and bulldoze through it. But now, okay, if you come to a point where you realize, hey, she's definitely dedicated to who she's talking about, then you back off and you just change the subject into something else. You know what I'm saying? But at first, you do want to show that, hey, you will play the cat and mouse game. You will pursue. So I like that about Rollo Tomassi's book, The Boyfriend Destroyer. All in all, I want to say this is a really book to get. All in all, I want to say real quick, a lot of men are misinterpreting the red pill. There's a lot of guys who are clout chasers, who are putting down red pill, and they don't have either a proper understanding what red pill awareness is, because they confuse it for the woman-hating incel MGTOW guys. They confuse it for that, like most people in society, or they're just simply old school players putting it down because, you know, let's face it, Rollo Tomassi is pretty YouTube famous. So if you push back on his things and say, oh, he's a nobody, he doesn't know what he's talking about, then of course people who look up to him are going to automatically, you know, see what the big hype is about. Why is this Pimp Mac Daddy player, you know what I'm saying, black dude, why is he putting down Rollo Tomassi's teachings? You know what I mean? And they're just doing it because they're clout chasers. They know that all these people will tune in, seeing the hashtag red pill, they're going to tune into it, and they're going to try to circumvent their fans into watching and to get more views on their channel. Do you understand that? But a lot of these guys are dumbing down and watering down game. Red pill awareness is, real quick, it's the toolbox. Red pill awareness is the toolbox. When you understand a woman's nature, okay, you'll become a better man. You'll become a stronger man. You'll really know what to do, when to do it, how to do what you need to do within the context of dating and interpersonal, deep social intimacy relationships. And did I mention the bedroom gymnastics? It always gets hotter, wetter, and more passionate in the bedroom doing the Bedroom National Gymnastics Olympics when you know how to apply the red pill. Gentlemen, don't sleep on it. Embrace it, know it, love it, and live a beautiful, happy life. And enjoy the company of a beautiful woman of your choice and desire. Till next time, asombroso!